All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our post-match press conference. We will begin with head coach Chris Armas. Please use the raise your hand function on Zoom, and we will call on you, or you can type your question into the chat. And Jillian, we will start with you.
Coach, congratulations. What a performance.
Thanks, Jillian.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on how the team started? It just felt like maybe a minute or two in, they just kind of took over. What were your thoughts, and what do you think was the reason behind this positive start?
We loved the start of the game, the energy, the intensity, the quality. We've been working at all of it, as I told you all a few days ago. So the way we stepped on the pitch, stepped off the airplane was all business, and I think we could see that. The shame was that we didn't score 3 or 4 because we created some really, really nice chances, and I think that set the tone. Ultimately, probably wins us the game. You don't often win the game in the first half, but the 2-goal lead gave us a cushion, and as much as we tried to add to it, we had to fight them off at the end. But yeah, awesome start. Really proud of the team, for sure.
Yeah, just one quick follow-up, if you don't mind there. How much of today's success was through Croy Bethune, man? Just looking so comfortable in that 10, and she just created so much. What do you think about her performance and her impact on the match?
Listen, I think it's the second time in her career, a goal and an assist. So it's, having her higher up the pitch is in the middle of things. She can influence a bit more, and it suited her on the night that we played in transition. We knew we were coming to a place that our best attack would probably come from good defending, and she found herself in the middle of a lot of those transitions. So it's just good to keep her going, to push her, and I promise you, there's a few more notches in that one. She's that talented, and we love that she gets rewarded for herself, goal and assist, and she rewards the team being part of a big win.
Appreciate it, Coach. Congrats again.
Thank you, Jillian.
Daniel, we will turn it over to you next.
Hey, Coach. I was going to ask about that partnership, actually, really, with Ali and Croy. I know it wasn't exactly as tight in positioning as we've seen with Dabinia and Ali. But what did you think about Ali and Croy and the way they worked off of each other in that attack with the space that it provided for both of them to kind of create and do what they do?
Well, the first thing is that I can say we really miss Deb in the team. Honestly, it's always finding ways to get all of our best players out there at the same time, but it's a big miss, and she's so important for us. And right now, we just gotta hope that she gets back soon. But on the night, we in possession and out of possession wanted to keep Ali and Croy close together. You can see they did a tremendous job defensively with some of the mid-block being tight, and even the breakaway that Croy had starts from a compact press where she jumps and wins the ball. But we see that they're developing a relationship and training and on the pitch and in possession, these quick combinations that they can both play underneath like 2 10s. And they as much as they are these underneath 10s, both of them can play and think like 9s. So yeah, it's important that they keep getting on that same page. And on the night, you can see that it's the beginning of something nice.
And then I was going to ask about Lainey Rouse. She gets to start at right back. Ashley Sanchez playing on that left has got 5 goals this year, and she did a pretty good job shutting her down. What was your take on the way Lainey played?
Yeah, I thought that Lainey had a really strong performance. It was a difficult task coming in. You can see from her 1v1 defending, her recovery speed, even a lot of North Carolina's attack comes up their right side, and they overload the back post and even the box defending. She won a lot of aerial duels, and we have real competition in the team and in spots, and I've said we believe in young players, and it's a night that she should feel really proud. It's a big moment for her to be out there, and I thought she really met the demands of a difficult game in a difficult venue where I think we haven't won here in close to 4 years. So for her, yeah, nice job. Proud of her.
We have time for 2 more questions. PJ, we will turn it over to you next.
Hey coach, congrats on the win. You talk
Appreciate it.
about you talk about the competition just in there. I mean, yes, obviously with Deb is just it all flows also, but just I mean without her, it seems like Rocky stepping up and having Croy playing higher just seem to make everything flow. Just how much will that factor into kind of factoring in when she gets back and trying to figure out the best way to push forward?
Yeah, listen, my job is always to figure out, how to get the pieces of the puzzle together and in the right ways, in the right moments. And look, I thought it was worth when you have a Croy Bethune and a Davinia and an Ali and a Coop and a Temwa to try to make it work with all of us. But I think we could see with the addition of Rocky Rodriguez into the team next to Lowe with the 2 pivots, 2 sixes, it gave us certain stability. I thought Rocky gave us something we needed. And that oftentimes can free up the 10 a little bit more, like a Croy or a Deb. So listen, I'll look hard at that when we have those available players. Right now we didn't, and I think I'm understanding this league and our team more and more. And tonight was a decisive, for me at least, a decisive victory. And I always like having the players at my disposal. So yeah, I'll figure that out moving forward.
And then just with Lorena, it looked like she was coming back to some of her form. She had that big save at the end there. Just what did you see from her, and what was her vibe like, kind of going on today?
Yeah, Liz, I thought Lorena was solid tonight. I thought she looked strong and confident on aerial challenges, crosses, chaos inside the box, decisive when to come, when to stay. Made a couple of really big saves, and she looked really confident in those moments. And we thought in this very moment for her, it was important to support the player and give her confidence by letting her do her thing. So I root for all these players, but sometimes when things go against a player, you show certain support is maybe the right thing to do. And sometimes you get that right. But listen, I think it was big pluses on the night for Lorena.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Congrats again. And thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
We'll
everyone.
be back with Croy and Michelle shortly. Oh my God, there's water in there. All right, we are back with Michelle Cooper and Croy Bethune. Same thing as before, please use the raise your hand feature and we will call on you, or you can type your question into the chat. And we have time for 2 questions. Daniel, we will start with you.
Congrats on the win and goals. Just if both of you could kind of walk us through what you saw on each of your goals there. Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, a deflection, being in the right spot at the right time. Terrible touch, but great finish. For me, just like blowing that first opportunity and just wanting to like get that back. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then for me, we talked about like taking opportunity with their high line. So that's exactly what we did, and Croy played a great ball. And then just for me to be able to keep composure, and worst case scenario, if it didn't hit the net, Temel was right there too. So crashing and getting second opportunities is huge for us, but being able to put in the back of the net was really nice.
And then just big picture, you guys score first, you get a win on the road. I know people have been making a lot about that, the results haven't been what folks maybe have expected. How did this game feel to you guys in terms of getting closer to the team that you guys probably know you can beat?
Yeah, it definitely felt a lot better. I think just like our motivation, our togetherness really brought us through this game, and being able to get 3 points on the road is really huge for us because we haven't been great this year. So this is the start of, we're getting the ball turning, which is good. So now being home for 2 weekends is going to be really nice. So just excited to be back in front of the fans.
We have time for one more quick one. PJ, we'll turn it over to you for the last one.
Goodness. All right. So y'all y'all throughout this whole season so far, I mean, y'all always kind of play with joy, just be with joy as people. I'm just curious to see kind of if anything changed for y'all this week, just knowing that, the motivation did switch up, and if kind of being on the road early in the season kind of messed with the flow at all of kind of coming together early on.
I feel like there's a lot more passion and energy this week that we've had, especially the trainings leading up to this game were very sharp and efficient. And I feel like we showed that at the beginning of the game and throughout the entire game. Like you mentioned, we have had a lot of road games early in the season, and that's not really an excuse. But this road game, we really needed those 3 points and did a great job executing.
Great, thank you guys, congrats on the win, and thank you everyone.